In a village where beauty was prized above all, one woman's vanity would shatter everything until an ancient Calabash revealed a truth that changed her forever. In the vibrant village of Udella, where the sun kissed the earth with golden light each morning, there lived a young woman named Adez. Her beauty was legendary: skin like polished mahogany, eyes that held the sparkle of the river at noon, and a laugh that made the palm tree sway. The villagers whispered that even the moon paused its journey to admire her. At 18, Adez carried her beauty like a crown, weaving her hair with golden threads and wearing only the finest anklets that sang as she walked. Her mother, Neka, the village weaver, often warned her daughter, "Beauty is a calabash hollow without wisdom to fill it." But Adez merely smiled, showing the perfect teeth the suitors praised. Each evening, young men gathered beneath the Udala tree, bringing gifts of honey and rare shells, hoping to catch her eye. Even the village elders treated her with unusual kindness, excusing her late arrivals at the communal farm. One market day, as Adez selected the brightest dyes for her wrappers, an old woman with skin like cracked leather approached. "Such radiance," she roped, holding out a strange calabash etched with ancient symbols. A gift for the village flower. Adez accepted it with delight, not noticing how the other traders quickly crossed their fingers behind their backs. The golden calabash sat on Adez's shelf, its strange symbols catching the firelight each evening. Weeks passed before she noticed its peculiar behavior whenever she spoke vain words. The vessel grew warm. One night, as she boasted to her friend Nosy about outshining the chief's daughter at the harvest dance, the calabash emitted a soft chime. Startled, Adez dropped her weaving. "Did you hear that?" Nosy shook her head, eyes wide. Later, while fetching water, Adez overheard two village women whispering beneath a baobab tree. "They say old Mamankaru gave her the cursed calabash," one murmured. "But one that reveals true intentions." The other chuckled darkly. "Soon all will see if her beauty runs deeper than her skin." Adez's hands trembled on her water pot. That evening, she confronted her mother. "What do they say about my calabash?" Nika's loom fell silent. "It belonged to our ancestors," she said finally. "It measures the weight of one's spirit." Adez laughed nervously. Superstitions. But when she complimented her own reflection the next morning, the calabash turned scorching hot, leaving a faint mark on her palm. From that day, strange occurrences followed her: prized golden threads tarnished overnight, and suitors began bringing practical gifts of yams and medicine rather than trinkets. The village was changing around her, and Adez didn't understand why. The village festival arrived, a celebration of light where Udella's most virtuous maiden would lead the procession. For years, Adez had dreamed of this honor, but when the elders gathered to choose, they named quiet, hard-working Chama instead. Humiliation burned through Adez as whispers trailed her home. That night, the calabash glowed faintly on her shelf. In anger, she grabbed it. "What good is beauty if it brings me shame?" The moment her tears hit the vessel's surface, visions flashed: her mother's disappointed face when she skipped weaving lessons, the village children she ignored while preening, the suitors she'd mocked behind their backs. Then came a voice like rustling leaves: 3 days remain to change your path. The next morning, a traveling merchant arrived with dazzling mirrors from distant lands. "For the famous beauty of Udella," he proclaimed. Adez hesitated, then traded her mother's finest woven cloth for the largest mirror. As she admired her reflection, the calabash cracked audibly. Nosy rushed in, gasping at the sight. "The village stream has gone muddy." Indeed, Udella's lifeblood now flowed thick and dark. The elders declared a curse had fallen. Adez clutched the broken calabash, knowing the truth, but pride kept her silent. Chaos descended upon Udella. Crops withered overnight, and children fell ill with strange fevers. The elders sacrificed goats and poured libations, but the earth remained angry. Adez watched from her hut, the broken calabash hidden beneath her sleeping mat. When Neka fell ill, grasping with thirst but refusing the muddy water, Adez finally broke. She carried the calabash fragments to the sacred grove, where the old woman Mamankaru waited as if expecting her. "The land reflects its people," the crone said, not unkindly. "Show me your true face, child." Trembling, Adez confessed everything: her vanity, her lies, the traded cloth. As she spoke, the calabash pieces began to glow. Mamankaru ground them into powder and cast it into the stream. The waters cleared instantly. "Now comes the harder part," the old woman said. "You must stand before the village as you truly are." That evening, Adez appeared at the gathering place without her golden threads or fine oils, her hair simply braided. The villagers gasped as she knelt before the elders. "The curse was mine," she declared, "but the cure begins with this truth." For the first time, Adez's beauty came not from her face, but from the courage shining in her tear-filled eyes. Years later, travelers passing through Udella would hear of the remarkable weaver whose tapestries told stories of wisdom. Adez's hands, once idle save for arranging her hair, now worked tirelessly at her mother's loom. Her creations, vibrant scenes of village life, hung in every home. The golden threads she'd once prized now bound together patterns showing harvest dances. Children learning, and elders sharing counsel. Young maidens came to study under her, and she taught them this: a woman's worth is measured not by what the mirror shows, but by what her hands create and her heart gives. When the new village belle came preening to Adaise's hut seeking advice, the weaver simply smiled and gestured to a simple, unadorned calabash by the door, a replica of the one that had changed her life. "Fill this with acts of kindness," she said, "and you'll never thirst for admiration." That night, as fireflies danced over the no-fertile fields, Neka watched her daughter teach a group of laughing children to weave. The old woman's heart swelled with pride. Udella had lost a legendary beauty, but gained something far more precious, a woman whose light came from within, bright enough to guide generations.